Hi everybody, Callie O Black with this week's Free Flow Wednesday for the Crafty Maven Getaway. This is our inspiration piece for the week, and I was really drawn to the matte print, the blues, that floral border, and the baskets. You'll see how that inspires me in a moment. So I decided to use this matte print that I had seen a couple weeks ago when I was going through my stash and thought, oh, I have those pictures of wine and a getaway, recent getaway, and that just made me think of travel and maps, so I decided to use that map print for the background of this particular paper. That map print is from Jelly Bean Soup Sightseeing Stew. Poached Photos is the name of the paper. And what I'm doing right now as I'm talking to you is I cut off the border. There's a little bit of a border around it. It's at northeast southwest. I didn't think I needed that. And I wanted to be able to get another border in on this photo. And as I said, the whole map print really just inspired me to think about travel photos as well, and just travel in general. I'm going to use some travel supplies on this layout too, and I'll tell you where those come up. So I grabbed this chevron paper because there was a floral border in the top of the photo with the flowers, with the bicycle. There was a floral border. So I was thinking about using some sort of border on this sheet, and I decided to put it at the top instead of the top and the bottom, which is sort of what I was originally thinking. So it's on the top, just like the floral border is in that section of the mood board. And then I decided I wanted a darker sort of background to frame this all. So I grabbed that blue sheet of cardstock, which is Basil Arctic, and that really, there was some blue and some navy in the inspiration piece, so that's where I got that blue from. I just cut out this journaling card, and that came from Jelly Bean Soup Hello Healthy Soup, the bite-sized bits. That piece of chevron paper is from Jelly Bean Soup Staples 2. It's called Turquoise Salt, just so you know where I'm coming from there. And right now I have that little enamel dot there, and that's, I live in Wisconsin, and these photos were taken on a recent girls getaway, or fairly recent girls getaway to northern Wisconsin. That enamel dot is kind of echoing the baskets of things. There's lots of small things, so I was thinking about enamel dots or sequins or something like that when I saw that, and I ended up putting that enamel dot right on Wisconsin. I've just grabbed my Jelly Bean Soup Sightseeing Stew pea pod parts, and I'm going to look for some die cuts to work into this layout here. So I used that camera, and then I grabbed a little bit of a tag and then the number 3 there. I knew I wanted something up there because there's so much going on the bottom of the layout. I wanted to preserve the map of the US, but there's so much going on the bottom of the layout. I knew I would need something at the top there, and I just thought it would be a nice way to also highlight that border strip that's going on up there. I did grab that die cut arrow there, and that is actually not going to make it. I looked at a larger geotag. I'm working now with a smaller geotag. That's not going to make it either. And now what I'm doing is I'm grabbing my Jelly Bean Soup Hello Healthy Soup pea pod parts, or pea pod parts or bite-sized bits. I can't remember which of the two it is. I think it's pea pod parts, actually, is what the die cuts are called. So I wanted some yellow up in that corner because there's yellow in that camera there. And I was thinking about using a yellow enamel dot. You'll see that's going to change a little bit as I figure this out. Full disclosure, by the way, I just wanted to let you know that my phone rang during the videoing of this, and in a little bit I'm going to end up flipping to live because I forgot that it wasn't taping because the phone rang. It stops taping if the phone rings. If a text comes through, it keeps videoing. It doesn't if the phone rings. So just so you know that. I'm working on something below those photos because I want to take away some of the squareness. I know in my head right now that the title is going to go up over the top of the photos and the journaling card there. It's just a perfect spot for those all to sit. And now I'm looking at the, looking some more at some puffy stickers, and these are from Elle's Studio. They're a limited edition exclusive. Those are made by Pink Fresh Studio, but they are from Elle's Studio. They had them on sale a couple months ago. I don't know if they still have them or if they are no longer for sale. So I'm working a little bit more with clusters here. I am going to end up using some of those puffy stickers. I just didn't put them on quite yet. And so now I'm going to glue a couple of the photos down just to sort of get a feeling for how this is all going to lay out. Right now, so much is shifting. I want to make sure that I get something down. I do want to leave a little bit of room for journaling about all of these wine glasses. And no, they weren't all on the same day. They occurred on different days. A couple of them when we were on the boat, and another one when we were sitting on the deck outside of the condo that we stay at when we do these girls' weekends. So just a fun weekend with the girls, and it usually involves wine. As does a lot now that I think about it. Anyway, so gluing those all down. And that's really going to help me get a lot of my arrangements done here, so I can start embellishing. Otherwise, things were shifting around so much I needed to kind of stop. And I just hand cut that border with a scissors, since I'm not sure that I talked about that. My ATG has been just horrendous lately, so it keeps winding back on itself, even though I have an extra middle from an adhesive roll on top. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with this or this particular roll, but I can hardly wait till this roll of tape is done, because it's doing it on me fairly frequently. It seems to be a little bit better since I did this just now, but it's awful. All right, so I'm putting the layout down and the cardstock back there. I don't remember if I said that before, but that is Basil Arctic is the name of the color. And I've either gotten that at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I can't remember for sure which of the two that came from, but it's one of the two for sure. I think it's Hobby Lobby though. Okay, so I have that arrow there, but that arrow's not going to stay. And that came from the Jelly Bean Soup, Hello Healthy Soup pea pod parts. I did pull a yellow polka dot circle from the Hello Healthy Soup pea pod parts, and I also pulled a heart from that as well to work on that cluster up there. And then when I go live after the video shuts off, when I discover that at the end, there's one more thing that's going to end up in this cluster besides the heart, the tag, the 3, and that circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my big roll of foam tape, which there's not so much left, although that's still a lot of tape left. And I'm going to put that behind the heart just to give a little bit of dimension to that cluster. I'm going to do a little bit of journaling with the dates and the location up on that tag. Most of the journaling will actually go below underneath where it says just a little note. So that just helps, and that pop of yellow really helps bring in the yellow in the camera and the yellow in the enamel dot, which actually I think I've put the star down there now. Nope. Or yes, I did. Yeah, I put a star, the star from that puffy sticker, Elle's Studio puffy sticker already. Hey everybody, I am back with you live. Just want to let you know that my phone rang during the end of this process, taping the end of this process, and I always forget that if a text comes through, my phone keeps videoing, but if my phone rings, it stops, and that means I need to stop and reset it to keep taping. But anyway, so I'm just going to go through. You saw a good portion of my process of what I was going to put on the layout, so I'm just going to go through the last few things with you so that you see what I did here. So I had the photographs basically arranged the way they were going to. I had the little star here, and I had this cluster largely done. The things that I have done is I added this little puffy heart sticker here from Elle's Studio, or not Elle's Studio, from Pink Fresh Studio. I also added this Weekend Fun arrow, or puffy sticker arrow under here from Pink Fresh Studio as well. And then also another puffy sticker here from the Pink Fresh Studio as well too. And what the puffy stickers are doing is they're adding a little bit of a different dimension. It gets some yellow down in here, a little bit, some more dimension here, but some more of that aqua. And up here it gets this little aqua bit in here, and then also takes up some of the space because this circle just looked kind of funny just sitting there just flat like that. So that happened. So anyway, and then the other thing that, one of the other things you didn't see in the clusters is that I took this die cut, and it's just a navy die cut that came from the Jelly Bean Soup Healthy Hello Soup pack that this one came from. And I just cut it in half and I popped it under here. I wanted to get, because there's blue up here, there's blue here, there's blue here, there's going to be blue in the title that I talk about here, and I wanted some blue down in this corner. It also broke up a little bit of these square edges because there's square here. This little rounded edge breaks it up, this little rounded edge breaks it up here, and then this little rounded edge breaks it up there. So we've got, and then there's a big circle here. So there's circles involved with, or there's circles in with a lot of this rectangular stuff going on in the whole composition here. So that's that. Then, and I just put this font away. So hang on just a second. Eek, sorry. It is American Crafts Emerald. It's like a, it says it's flat, but it almost is like a linen texture on it, and there is no color. So just American Crafts Emerald is the name of the font. So I chose to use this. I had tried some other yellow letter stickers, but they were too bright. This is pretty bright in the yellow here. Everything else is a little bit more golden, but this, because it's so little, you don't see it. So this is a really good way to use this. I had to manufacture a T out of a J. So this is the bottom part of the J and the top part of an F. It's not perfect, but you know, it'll do for me. I'm fine with that. And then I was going to call it Northwoods Wine, but Northwoods fit across here so well, and I didn't have another place that I wanted to put it as well. I tried it down here in this same yellow, and it just didn't look right. So I went back and I grabbed it in this, this is My Mind's Eye Necessities. Here's something you don't normally get to see. It's the blues pack, so a bunch of blue letter stickers. And this blue is a navy, but it's not as dark as some of the other navies, so it goes really nicely with this basil cardstock here. And I really like the way that ended up looking. So that, I think, is it. I think I got everything else. Again, like I said, I love the dimension here and just the way this all came together. So I will go back and let me see if there's anything I want to tell you about these pieces. You know, I think there's nothing really necessarily that I need to tell you that was in relation to the mood board with these few pieces that I added here. So anyway, hope you are all well. Take care. Again, I apologize for it happening. Normally I would have just retaped another layout, but I'm kind of last minute this week. I've had a crazy busy life, and I knew I wasn't going to have time to make something else, and I really wanted you to see the end of this process. So like I said, you didn't really miss that much. You missed a lot of me gluing down these chipboard letters, which isn't very exciting at all. So hope you're all well. Bye.